Hey everyone, it's Siobhan here. So today I decided that I was going to try and replicate Katniss Everdeen's signature braid. If you don't know who she is, she's a fictional character from a story called The Hunger Games. It's a series of books. There's 3 in total. And I think they were published in 2009, but I only read the first one like a couple of nights ago. And it is an amazing story. I mean, it's directed towards a teenage audience, but like I think anybody could enjoy it or relate to it somehow. And I'm sure everybody already knows that there is a film coming out next month on the first novel, and so that was another reason that I was prompted to read the books. There are tons of reasons why I love Katniss as a character. She kind of embodies everything that like I look for or I admire in other women. But one of the things that caught my attention, and it's so superficial compared to the rest of the story, but she mentions her hair a couple of times, how her mother intricately braids it, how her stylists kind of arrange it, and how she feels most comfortable with it in a single braid down her back. So if I didn't have a preview to look at or pictures on the internet of the actress playing this character, I probably would just do a regular 3-stranded braid down my back and say that that's kind of what Katniss wore. I like how they did it over the shoulder. Everything that I've seen so far for this character or this actress has been over the shoulder, and it seems a little bit more practical in that if you have really long hair, you'll totally understand. Like if you were running and you had a braid down your back, somebody could very easily grab your hair and like catch you that way. So I just thought it was cool that they sort of switched it over to the shoulder. Now obviously I haven't seen the film because it comes out in March and it's still February, but I have looked at pictures and I've seen 2 trailers, so I've kind of gotten the gist. There seems to be 2 braids. I'm gonna do both of them. One is a little bit easier than the other, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Version of this braid is kind of something that I saw in the trailer, in the actual trailer. Especially there's like a shot of the character of Katniss sitting next to her friend Gale on a mountain. And it looks to me like her hair is parted on the side, and the braid starts here on the side where there's like less hair. And it's a Dutch lace braid that kind of comes around like this and then over the shoulder. So that's not so difficult to do. Obviously you need to know how to do a lace braid and a Dutch braid. As for it being on a slant, I know that that can be tricky for some people because traditionally the braid starts here and then goes down the back of your head. But just hold the strands really tight to your head and move your hands in the direction that you want the braid to go in, and the braid will just kind of follow your hand movements. So that's just a trick or an idea if you need help. So start off on hair that's been completely and totally detangled. And you can have your part on whatever side you want. Mine's on the left. You want to grab your hair from the top of your part to your ear and split it into 3. Now this is going to be a Dutch lace braid, so I'm going to be braiding the strands from underneath, and I'm going to be adding section into the braid from on only one side from the underside. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to add hair from the underside into this strand that's closest to the underside. So the underside strand, underside hair. Do a pass. And gather more hair from the underside into the underside strand. So at this point it should look something like this. The braid kind of on a slant. I wanted it to be a little lower on my head, but I don't have my usual mirror, so I can't quite see. When you get to this section, kind of like right where your other ear begins, you're gonna have all this hair in the front. Now you have to continue to braid this into the braid, obviously, but I switch. I don't add it to the under section. I don't add it to the outer section of the braid as I was doing. I now add it to the middle strand. I found as I was practicing this a couple nights ago that it just works better with this bit of hair. Oops. Well, I have these layers that kind of stick out, so I'm just gonna let them be. There you have it. This is the first Katniss Everdeen inspired braid. Give you guys a look. So this is the side. Now, I'm sorry if it's not perfect. Again, I don't have my mirror today. But yeah, I think this is pretty close considering my hair type and color and length. They're completely different from the actress, but I really like this diagonal braid thing. And it is a Dutch lace braid with the underside being added in, except to when you get here, and I then switched to adding this hair into the middle strand. Second braid is a little bit more difficult, and I noticed it on the back of her head in the movie poster. I'm gonna try and find a picture of that and link it in the information box just so you guys know what I'm looking at. Looking at it right away, I could tell that it is a Dutch French 5-stranded braid, and it is just sideways. I'm not going to go into depth on how to do this step by step because I actually have a video on the exact same braid, and I will link it here in case you don't know how to do that and you're interested in learning how. I tried to go as step by step as I could, but if you do have any questions at the end, I'll try and answer them. So leave me a comment or a message or something. For this, I couldn't see the front of her face, so I don't know if she has a part. And honestly, it's just a little bit easier if there's no part at all. For me, at least. Now you really want detangled hair for this. Again, it is the same exact braid that I did in my previous video. It is just on a slant. That's all. So again, my layers were a little bit annoying and they were sticking out, so I decided to end the braid a little sooner using a clear elastic. But if you don't have, see, like I have all these choppy layers, and so I just kind of, whatever. I'm gonna have a little ponytail. Anyway, in the movie poster, all you see is sort of the back of the head. You don't actually see if there's a braid or if it's a ponytail. It's kind of hard to tell. This isn't perfect, but this is a Dutch 5-stranded French braid off to the side. It started off pretty well, and I kind of wanted it to veer a little bit more towards the side, but it ended up being a little bit more straight. I guess because my arms were really tired, and again, I didn't have a mirror, so I couldn't quite see what I was doing. But I really like this look a lot. Again, I have a video on how to do this braid. It's really not as difficult as it looks. You just kind of have to remember the pattern of what goes where and keep the strands in your hands. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see this film. I absolutely loved the story. I mean, it is really dark, but it's also that like sort of basic human need to survive, and like how violence can affect us all and how we can lose our humanity if it means us or them. And I think that's a really scary but interesting kind of a subject. And so I'm just excited to see how they're going to play it out on screen. But yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!